Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee, welcome back to Mars. Last episode we finished up the truck bay here in the apartment complex. Alright, so we got these truck clamps installed. They are a match to the other clamps we had over at the main warehouse over there to unload and load these containers and get them all lined up. Alright, and then here we worked on the automation for it. So over here we have the bridge crane countertolls. Because I don't know how to spell, clearly. I can't believe I went a whole week and never noticed that was a thing. Spelled it right down there. Did do it up there. So, that's a thing, and that's gonna stay. I could fix it, but I'm not gonna. Engineers are good at math, we're not so good at spelling. Alright, well, instead of staring at my mistakes for longer, let's go ahead and work on another project. I want to go upstairs and work on the, security center. Alright, no new members this week, but we got to 7,500 subscribers. That is incredible. And we have the preview out for the Apex Survival, so make sure you guys check that out if you haven't seen it already, and make sure you check out Iyer's channel as well for the other half of that. If you'd like to become a member, there should be a button down below. Unless you're on iOS, then you gotta do it from a browser. Please like and subscribe, and otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, here we are in our atrium at the top floor. This is where we have our, I don't know, shuttle checkout place, and then we've got our medical center over here. So this is where we want to put our security station, is in this area. So we've got a lot of room, we got some basement options here, and then we had this as our security checkpoint. You know, if you fail, you come in here to the interrogation slash immigration room. I don't really know what that would be. So we've got this way to go into the security room, and then we've got the main entrance that will be right here, and then we can establish cross connection over to something else. So I want to start filling in this today. So I don't know exactly what we're doing, but let's just go ahead and get started. Let's see, this will be where the wall is, right? Yeah, so we just need to put a door there. Alright, so let's just go ahead and match what we have over on this side for now. I think that'll be good, and then figure out what we want to do with the innards. Alright, there we go. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the top floor, but we just went ahead and mimicked over there. Now let's go ahead and get started in here, at least with kind of a general layout. This will be the reception area, I guess, and then we'll have, I guess, detective offices and stuff upstairs would make more sense. Alright, I'm thinking down here maybe we can put some cells in here, or maybe at least just this one. Would be cool to put some holding cells in. That might be the thing to work on first. We'll go from the ground up. So let's see what we can fit in here. Alright, let's get a couple bunks in here, like that, and then we'll get something that's clang around in there every time I add a block. Open toilet there, and then I saw this the other day and I want to recreate it. Let's get some doors. See, the door opens that way, that's probably fine. There we go. Then we're gonna go back and we're gonna grab these. Let's get it in black. Like this, and like this. And we could probably just get away with putting one on here. Like that. And let me get this welded up and we'll see what it looks like. There we go. Something like that. That seems pretty good. I mean, I know it's not like a barred window here, but I think it kind of gets the effect. I saw that the other day and I think it's a great idea. So we're going to go with that. Should I have this black color? I have it's like the brown, Mars brown. It makes it look a little rusted. I guess that's probably fine. Right, then we should probably recreate it over here. 2 holding cells probably isn't enough, and I'm wondering, that's just a straight piece, that's a straight piece. Let's grind these guys out. That's a straight piece. Okay, then we just need to swap, oh, that's a, how do we want to establish that connect up here? Do we need one that goes up? I guess we probably do need to connect up to there at some point. Alright, so we'll T there, and then we'll just, T down this way. That doesn't need to be a T anymore. Yeah, now we have a place to walk through. Now we gotta figure out how to get out of here. How critical are these? That one I can see through, never mind. How about this one? It's got the piping behind it. No? That one's clear. Okay. We should be good over here as well. Yeah. So we can just put some stairs right here. Up. I guess up and back. We're not quite at the level that I thought. We need to come up to here. Okay, toilet there, and then we need our doors. Yes, sliding that way, and sliding that way. Alright, there we go. I think I've got it. I got some Willis ducts around here, so we have vents to each cell. So let's go ahead and head down here. It's basically the same. Let me turn off my lights. Yeah, so now we've got a vent here that goes all the way through. It's a T-junction that it comes across. And then there's a vent here in each one of the cells. So now we don't have to worry about the door being closed and running out of oxygen there. And then here is a vent up in this space there. So there's a vent pointing downward that is supplying air through this vent. So now it'll supply through there, suck up through there, and go all the way around to each one of the cells. Because I don't know if this is going to have a door or not. Probably not, but just in case, there's oxygen there, and it was also just something to fill in here for the ceiling, slash this will be a floor, because now we're here on the main floor level. So let's see, we can come over here. I guess we need to figure out this guy to come up. Oh, well, there's a happy little accident. Yeah, so here is the Willis duct that goes around. It doesn't connect to the other side. It blocks off here and here because of the conveyors. But at least we have access to one of them. Well, I was going to put a full stair here, but now I'm thinking we'll do a half stair because we have access to that vent, and that's kind of cool. All right, that works. We're just going to go with the button panel right there, and we can walk underneath. That's fine enough for me. And then we can go over here. We can get into our Willis duct. We probably need a door or something here. Actually, we just need a door here to get into this because this is the bulkhead. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just get some blocks in here. This is one of those moments we need more decorations for 45-degree slopes. Because there could definitely be something right here that is a little bit more designed. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and put that in there. Let's see. Let's get enough to make a conveyor before I cut it out. Those are the cells down here. I feel like this area over here should be some type of, like, booking or something? I don't really know, because also down here, you're in the interrogation room. You could be carried up into here. All right, I think I came up with something pretty cool. So let's go over here. We'll start on this end. Why not? So here is our interrogation room. So in here, they've got the glass. I mean, it's not obviously tinted that much. Can't get it too tinted, but here's your interrogation room, and here's where somebody can observe the interrogation from the other room. And then in here is the booking room. So we've got our camera and we've got our height chart back here, and I think it's awesome. There we go. So now we've got our height chart to take our picture, and I think it turned out pretty cool. All right, now let's get some lighting in here and get this venting permanent, I guess, because that's probably where that's going to be. All right, there we go. We got the lighting and we got the Willis duct going around. So now we've got each room vented here. And then I guess I didn't need a vent over here. I probably could have saved myself some stuff, but that's all right. Got a vent all the way around. I did reroute the conveyor to go up and over because I wanted to get the light and get this looking the same here in this room. This is going to be a new floor anyway here, so we'll cover it up. And I have a feeling we'll probably put another break room up in this corner for the security team, and that'll be one for the hospital. And then you get to go in between here to get to the control tower, which I guess will be probably controlled by security, so maybe they'll just have free access here. All right, let's go ahead and work on the lobby. Let's get a floor in here, and then some, like, waiting area thing, kind of like this one over here, I guess, for processing. It might look very similar now that I see that. All right, I think for this lobby, we're going to make it a little bit more, like, secure looking. I don't want it to be just open like that one is. We want it to look like it's a little authoritarian, right? Let's see. Let me grab some girder, because what I'm thinking is just right here, we can put some of these in. Somebody had used this on the apartment complex as like little shuttered windows, and I thought it was a great idea. Something like that. Maybe not this one. We will do, maybe that one we can do one of these windows. Right, and then hopefully that backside will get blocked by consoles or something. Let's go ahead and find some desks that are appropriate. We could do like desks like that. Or we could do like maybe the console ones. Those are a little bit taller. Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer, right? It's a little control room-ish though, right? I want it to be more like a reception area rather than a control office. I think I'll go with this one though. Then here in the center we can do maybe just the normal console. Yeah, that looks fine from that side, I think. Let's see, this should probably be the stairs to go all the way up. We should probably just carry that all the way. Yeah, so the stairs would go on this side and then up. So we need something here. Alright, there we go. Something like that. Multiple doors in, but I think that's fine. So we want to make this guy too tall, probably. I put those couches on this side. I think that's fine for like a waiting area. Let's see, I can't put a block here now because of that. I could put a couch there. Would that look weird? I think that looks pretty good. That looks better. Let's see, let's change this light here. Alright, then over here I need to get that stairs attached to something. I guess I could put a railing here, or we could do a corridor. Well, we have glass there. Let's just do glass around it still. Let's see, the floor is going to be up here. Do we want this hallway? This hallway probably doesn't need to be too tall. Well, I guess I put the vent up there and I put all this detail in there like I was going to. Okay, there we go. There's a stairs up. So I don't really need glass there. It could have just been open. I want to do it open. I feel like I do. Let's redo that. Let's put a block there and let's put a railing here instead. I think that'll be fine. That's a little unfortunate seeing that side, but we're just gonna live with it. I think it's better to have the flooring up here. Alright, there we go. Sec up there for security. Do we want this orange? Probably not. Let's cover it up with, I guess we could do like a LCD panel. Where are my LCD panels? There we go. Let's not do it. Orange. Alright, there we go. Got some posters on the wall. This would be like the, yeah, recruiting type ones. That'll be good. Okay, now for the roof in here, and I think we'll wrap up this lobby. Now it matches kind of the other ones. We'll have to figure out something to block in on those. Right, there we go. We got a floor in now. It is all Willis ducks, so I just went ahead and wrapped them around. So now you can walk around all of the other Willis ducks that we've got around here for no other reason than just to fill in the floor. And then here, I think I'm going to do this as a little break room. So I got the little coffee and kitchenette thing. I don't know exactly what to do on this wall. I was thinking maybe putting a round table in here, but I kind of want it to be like this is the hallway through. So I might just mirror that over here. We'll see. And then I got to figure out something to do with this room. That might be the captain's office now that I think about it. Because this is going to be like cubicle space. So let's go ahead and get desks. That's what I'm working on right now. There we go. I think that works. Little detective stations. We might put like a wall or something around. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Do I have my... No. Let's just replace those. I don't use those very often. Let's see. Where are they? And with this? Yeah, these fire cover walls. I think that'll be good. Okay, we can get a whole nother set of desks in here. That's good. See, these ones will go right here. And unfortunately, we got our logo on the other side of this wall, so I can't put any windows in. So it's going to be a little claustrophobic in here. Closed in some of the ceiling, and over here, instead of doing an office or something, I just couldn't get it to work or fit with anything. So now these are just restrooms over here. I was thinking about putting the restrooms over on that side, and I might still. I was thinking about tearing out those and putting in toilets, but we might just block off the wall. I don't really know. Let's see. We just need to block off this side. Should we put another... I might just put another vending machine right there. I think that might make the most sense. I guess we could leave it open and do more of a decoration there. Alright, no idea what we'll put on those screens, but there's some screens. Which means over here I probably do want it to just be this single level. And we'll put a ceiling here, and then we'll put the floor on top of it, which means I think these Willis ducts we will carry out. So we'll have this as a Willis duct that'll carry air around. So we'll put one over here over the bathroom. I guess we need a light in here. Yeah, let's figure out our lights first before we get carried away. Right, there we go. Now we got Willis duct access all the way around here. I like it. I like it a lot. That looks like it's totally open, but there is a piece of glass there. It's weird sometimes with the glass. Okay, and then this will go all the way up. We need to get the stairs over here to go all the way up, which I guess we can attach now. All right, there we go. I put screens on the other side and put lights up here. I think this looks pretty good. I think we are good on the first floor. I got all this filled in, just put interior blocks here because they're cheap and fast. And I think we are good to fill in this floor. All right, now what to do with all this space up here? I'm thinking we'll have the command center probably here in the center. We need an armory of some type and maybe like an evidence locker or something. And then over here, we have the shuttle over on that side. I was tempted to do another similar shuttle bay here, and we have like a I don't know, troop transport or something. But I'm almost wondering if I do like 4 drones, 4 like security drones that fly off and they protect the base, as opposed to a shuttle or something, because they in theory could have a shuttle out there on the landing pad. Don't necessarily need a dedicated hangar for them. All right, let's get started on something up here. It's always hard when it's just this giant blank canvas, and what do we do with it? So I think in this corner here, maybe I'll have the evidence room or the armory, or maybe here. I did do a little work over here. I've got a break room, pretty much just mimics this one over here, except for this one's got a door through here to go there. And then I just did it kind of opposite because of the glass. I couldn't put another one on that side. So these guys can get out to the control tower. I think here we can put our weapons lockers. Let's see, there should be... We'll put a weapon rack in the back there. Do we want another one here? Or do we wrap it with another locker? I think we'll do it this way. And then right here in the center we can put one of these. Yeah, that'll be cool. I like how it's foggy on the inside of the building here. That's great. Our HVAC system seems to be doing well. No, that's definitely one quirk of the game that I hope they address in Space Engineers 2, as the weather stays outside. You know what? I think I'm going to continue these doors here for the stairwell. That makes sense. Keep it secure up here, but nobody can just wander in. Okay, now over here is going to be the evidence room, I think. So really it just needs to be a bunch of shelves. Do I have any of those on my toolbar? Alright, there we go. I think I've got the evidence locker area done. We've got this guy's desk to check in and out the evidence. I don't know what that guy's title is, but here's our lockers in here. We've got the windows to block off the stairwell. And then just shelves and lockers and things. I think that turned out pretty good. And I think I'll make this the captain's office. Because let's see, this is the line right here that will be the wall for the drone bay over here. So let's go ahead and just fill in that. All right, there is the office for the captain. We're actually running out of space more than I thought. It looks so large when you start out, and then you start filling it in, and you run out real fast. I guess we need a door over here. I guess that's just going to be a hallway at this point. We've kind of necked ourselves off, so let's go find our corridor. Right, there we go. It's working out pretty good. What do I want to put here? I could put in one of those windows, right? There's a viewport one. Where are my windows? There they are. Yeah, one of these viewports is fine. Just an armory, not a locker room, so that's fine. Okay, now this is going to be the command center, so I think we want to put like a bunch of screens and stuff on the ceiling, and big control area and stuff, so they're controlling all of the facility, I guess. So let's go ahead and just get a bunch of screens in here. Yeah, so like the captain will be there, so we want most of the screens over there. Do I want them to be all angled like they were downstairs, like we slope them like this? Probably, actually. I'm gonna do that. And it's an even number, so that's a little annoying. But it's a perfect square in here, though. 6 by 6. Oh, those are set back. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Didn't look horrible, though, just standing here with that overhang. Let's weld one of these up, see what it looks like. It's not terrible. I'm okay with that. Alright, we'll carry those Willis ducts all the way around, and we'll open them up to this, so they all get the same air coming across there, and I guess we'll probably have some facing out this way to pressurize this space. And then we just need to worry about lighting. And these ones, I guess, can just be lights above. This could actually be skylights, because this is half blocks, right? Yeah, those are all half armor blocks. Which, can we just seal this guy off? I wonder if we can get this guy pressurized enough. We can seal it off and open up the ceiling. Alright, there we go. I got Willis ducts all the way around. It connects up to the medical over there. And then they've got the various number 2 vents here so you can see through and get air. Got the lighting in as well. We'll put the grates over those ones eventually, but for now let's go ahead and put some blocks in there to seal them off. Because right now that's got oxygen to everywhere, all the way around here. Yeah, so that guy connects up to the medical one over there and around. And then it's also open here to the stairwell, so it's getting air from below. Let's seal off all of those doors. Okay, I think we're good. So then in here is going to be our drone launching area. I kind of want to have a control area somehow for it, or we need to have a hallway. I'm not really sure. I was thinking about having this as like a atrium or something, but it's getting so cramped in the space that might not matter. All right, let's just get a ton of blocks and we'll block off this area as well. And then we can tear into the ceiling for the drone bay. That looks like it's sealed around. That might not be, actually. Now that I look at that, let's block that off. That could be dangerous. And then we need to block that end off. That would make a good hallway back there, wouldn't it? And maybe the control area there, where I put the captain's office right in the way. So maybe we could shrink the captain's office and we could have a hallway right here that goes down and around. I'll think about that one. Well, let's see, that might be an issue again too. Block that one off. Alright, I think I've got everything sealed off. And I put a vent in here and tried to depressurize, but I think all of our tanks are full, so that's a thing. I'm gonna hope we don't depressurize the rest of the base. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, how do we want to do these windows? I guess here? Let's just lose the air. And should have put a vent on the other side so I could see that it was pressurized. That would have been the smarter thing to do. Oh, it's daytime though. Didn't know that. Been working inside too long. Let's just remove all of this. Thinking just 2 rows actually, just like this. Call it a day. There we go. That works for me. Yeah, I think that'll be good, because I think that guy rises up and over that way, maybe? I don't even know what direction we are right now. Yeah, okay, it goes that way, which means we should get a couple stripes of sunlight. Huh, that's interesting. I'm seeing the hole, but I'm not seeing the window. Do we not get any? No, we're like right at that angle that we don't get any sun through the window. Alright, well that took a hot minute for sure, but I think I've got it laid out for how we want the drone bays. So I've got 4 bays here. I think that'll work good. Hopefully we can get a hallway on this side, so we will have to mess with the captain's office there, but that's fine. Got that guy patched up. I think we are safe to enter. Alright, so now if we keep those doors closed, we should... Yeah, we are pressurized here, which means we can... There we go. Depressurize off. Alright, that's all pressurized. Let's go check to make sure that we're not leaking anywhere else. Yeah, okay. We seem to be good. Okay, good. We've got some skylights in, and we've got some drone bay ports, I guess. Let's figure out exactly how we want to build these drones. They're going to be pretty small, and how we want them to dock in. That's going to be kind of interesting. Thinking of maybe having like the controls up a level, like here. So I'm wondering, can we get away with somehow... Maybe we can come up through here. Let's see, that glass is sticking outward, that one's sticking outward. We could do like a catwalk across. Because really we don't need like drone access really to like go look at it too often. Really it should be done from within the control center. That'll just be more like observation. And then we need to have a way in here for repairs. Let's see, let's go find our windows. No, that's not the one I want. I really like these ones. They look really good. They just have a perfect angle to them to actually see down. Alright, there we go. I think we got it all. Oh, there we go. Now I got it all welded. And I missed the railings. Let's see. Go back to black, please. There we go. Now that I see that, I'm wondering here. And here. I don't think there's an option for it, though, in scaffolding. We don't have, like, a half-block scaffold. Well, we got that one, but, we just had a plate that would go right there. That would be kind of cool. Also thinking just these. Yeah, that'll work. Got a little bit of detail up there. That is totally pointless, but I love it. It definitely adds some character around here. And now we can see into our drone bay, and we can get over to this area. So I guess I just need a floor here. And then I need to have some type of connection to get to these bays for our drones. Alright, let's test if this works first, because sometimes you have a problem walking in to a door once you're right off the stairs. No. Okay, that works. Okay, good. So we will have an airlock out here. We got a little door, and then our hatch there. We can get out to our drone bay from within the observation room. Alright, there we go. Got a vent there that's actually venting. We'll just set it to depressurize all the time. Because it's plugged into the main piping. I don't really want to make it a full airlock with a tank and everything, but let's see, I was going to put in a corridor. That's what I was going to do. Perfect. Now we get a little airlock out here to our drone space. We'll depressurize it in a bit. Alright, let's get rid of these red blocks and put actual blocks in here. Right, there we go. Got it all closed off and surrounded, and then let's go ahead and work on our subgrid. I moved this guy into here, so now we've got a permanent spot to repair our drones from. And our door access over there. I think we are good, and if I close this door, can I depressurize? Our tanks must be full again. That's alright, I brought a ton of ice over, so that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, that's sealed underneath there, that's sealed underneath there. Well, that's good, it's building all the way across. That makes me happy there. Except for I did this wrong because I don't have the conveyor port. Alright, well, mulligan. Gonna do that again. This needs a conveyor port. Alright, so I did some measuring and we've got basically a 6x8 square. A little bit more, we could get like half blocks on either side, so it's more like 7x9 if we offset things. But I think I've got kind of an idea. I want to copy the tardigrade a little bit. I think the biggest problem is going to be batteries, though. I've been trying to play around with shapes, but it's been difficult. So I think the battery is going to be our biggest problem. It's not really... I was hoping to put it on this edge, but it's not really symmetric that way. How was the old battery? It's a little bit better symmetric this way. I think I might use the old school battery. Like this. That'll be kind of the center of it. Alright, let's see. On the tardigrade we have these guys. Let's go ahead and get some thrusters. Actually, I think it arcs like that. So we might need to just do these. Or I'm thinking maybe something like this, and then we'll put these thrusters on. Like this. And then these guys can go up a block. Is there something I can put in there, like a tube or anything? Probably not. I guess maybe like scaffold or something. And the thrusters on the top. Liking the shape though. That is kind of what I was after. So I think I'll probably split this out and then we need to worry about side thrust anyway. I'm trying to get thrust in all directions because I want to put fixed guns on this. And so it might, you know, try to tilt and arc in different ways. To like point downward or upward or something, so we want to have thrust in all directions. And like good amount of thrust in all directions. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only go 8 long. So that already sticks out. Okay, maybe something like that. Is there anything else we need the conveyors for? I put them on the back here so we can maybe fill something in. Guess I could do a cargo container or something. I don't know. I'm still experimenting here. It's still a little weird to me, and I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm thinking I think I will do the half blocks on the side, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a cradle, and it's going to come down and settle in. Instead of trying to launch out of these tubes, I think we'll have like a cradle that will come up and down. That way the AI doesn't have to be so precise to try to get through the door, because I don't trust it. Yeah, that's tardigrade-ish. It's just 1 block shorter. I think that works great. So for now, is that battery too far forward and should I have gone back? Or do I just put a second battery on? That would be 8, and that would stick it out 8. That would be pretty much the back of it. Get us a long range, which I guess just is more patrol time. We'll see how that works out. I'm not sure yet on that one. Let's see, this would just be block up, up, and then these guys here. Like that. Does not help, however, with side thrust. How are we going to get our side thrust in here now? Or do I just put them here? I think I might just put them here. Ooh, is that going to get through, though? What is the hitbox on those? I mean, they're a full block, but can I... No, they do hit on the side, so that's going to be too close. It's going to scrape the door. Like, that's not bad. I think that's alright. It's a little brickish. Maybe we could get away with just having 4 thrusters instead of 8. No, I think he's gonna need it. I think he needs the thrust, which means we'll probably need another battery on the back. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we need to have AI blocks and stuff in here. AI flight and all that stuff in his nose. Maybe we can put the heat vents right here. I don't know that we need any more AI blocks, but, well, I guess we got all this space underneath here. Back here that we can put stuff in on either side, so that's fine. Yeah, I think the heat blocks would be better up there. Try to match the tardigrades as much as possible. Alright, there we go. Now we're connected on the underside. Now we can work on his face. We're going to need a gyroscope and a remote control and AI and all sorts of stuff. I know it's probably not the wisest thing to have all the controls in the head where it's going to get shot, but I think it'll look nicer. And that's what we're all about, is aesthetics. So let's see, we're 6 wide, so we don't really want to come out any further than that. That'll be 7. So we need that. We need an AI flight. Maybe the remote block should go back 1. Maybe we can go there. Or up there, I guess. Maybe that'd be better. Is there any other block that we want to smack on here? We're not doing custom turrets. Action relays are a good one, just for sticky out nose bits. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, how does the camera look on the end of the action relay? Is that dumb? I thought there was a camera in here. No? Oh yeah, cameras are in with the remote control blocks. That's where it was. No, that looks terrible. Yeah, I think we're gonna forget about the spotlights. I can't find a good spot for them that makes any sense. These might be good though. Like just some pointing down lights. Okay. Thank you, auto-rotate for no reason. T isn't even on. Oh, I almost feel like it doesn't stick out enough. Like we should have had more of a head on here. But I'm kind of out of space, aren't I? I could go out half a block, which doesn't really help with all of this stuff. Unless I offset the cradle, but then getting the, I guess it's not the end of the world. We could offset the cradle because it's going to come in and out however we want it to go. Alright, there we go. I think that's a good-looking drone. I don't know. It's pretty chunky, but I'm okay with that. I might move the gyro and stuff back there, just so it's not on the nose. I just like the look of it. But maybe we can just have this one be a false one, and we could put the real one in the back and just have that guy turned off. Because that might look cool with red anyway. Alright, well, my brain is not braining. We need forward and back thrust, so I'm going to take these out, and we're going to put in the full thrusters. I'm sure somebody has been yelling at the screen of like, hello, you gotta have all directions. Yeah, there we go. That will work there. And then in the back, we'll do the same thing. I guess we could put 2 more there, but I feel like we're gonna need like timers and event controllers and things. We definitely need event controllers for battery levels. Okay, I can't believe I didn't notice that till now. Yeah, we need forward and back thrust. I think we've got it. I think this is gonna work now. We've got thrust in all directions, and I think a good decent amount. We've got big batteries on here. We've got remote control AI stuff. We're going to need event controllers for battery full and empty. So my goal is probably just have these guys patrolling around. They'll just be circling. Like one will be circling the base here and come in to redock, and then another one will probably go down the monorail and back, and another one might circle around the base and come back. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see how long their batteries last. But I think that's going to be the way to do it. I think we can cut this guy free now. Okay. I wasn't sure if his thrust was on or not. So that's good to know. Antenna is on. Remote control, where are you? Yeah, it's definitely tight, like I thought it would be. It's basically that action relay. Maybe we need to back it off. Do I still have the animated thrust, or the animated gyros on? I think I still got the animated gyros mod on, and it's screwy. It likes to stay where you left it instead of moving along with you. I think it's probably because it's off. Yeah, that's going to be really tight, though. Maybe we don't want that action relay on the nose. Oh, we got an unknown signal over there. Let's head over there. It looks like we got an hour of flight time. I didn't make it in time over there. You know, I don't think we actually have enough up thrust. I was thinking we would, but this guy is pretty slow to stop if I go down. Ooh, yeah. This guy does not have enough up thrust at all. So we might have to just exchange out some of those thrusters. Well, I can't now because I just put big thrusters in. I think I do need the other thrusters because this guy does not have quite the lift that I thought he would. Okay, well that's not going to work. We definitely need more up thrust than what we have, which means that these thrusters are not going to work where they are, because we can't get the other thrusters to go up, which means I guess these would have to come over. Okay, well, that that is unfortunate. I think we're going to have to put the engines here for this guy on the back. Really? Unable to place? Oh, the gyro is there. That's unfortunate. So that guy needs to come back out. And then here, get rid of those. Alright, I think we're going to have to do that on the bottom. Actually have some good thrusters. This is basically just going to be a tardigrade at this point. I think he's got the same amount of thrust and stuff. I did not expect it to be so bad. It's not carrying any cargo like the tardigrade is. So, weird. Okay. Alright, it took some rework, but I got it done. So we've got 8 of the bigger thrusters on the bottom. That should be plenty. Put a little bit of a belly on it. I'm hoping to like have this as a hump to nestle into the whatever we come up with to lift it out of the garage here. See, the thrusters on the side are pretty much the same. The connector here, I ended up splitting the battery apart. Well, I just destroyed one and rebuilt it. So now the conveyor passes through. So now we can refill the ammo on both sides of the ship without having to connect. I was thinking I'd maybe get a connector on either end of the ship, but that's not a very smart way to do it. I ended up putting the guns on the top and the bottom, so now it has 4 Gatling guns instead of just the 2. I figure with how big and bruiser it is, we might as well get more guns on it. We have our thrusters in all directions, so I got that going for us. Let's see, what else? It's definitely vulnerable on the back with that battery there, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll be facing the enemy. I think I've got everything for automation. I've got 2 event controllers up here, one for low ammo and one for low battery. The full ammo and full battery I think I'll put on the base here, so it knows when it's full and it'll launch it out. You know, to like raise the elevator and tell the ship to launch. I think that's going to be fine. It just needs to know when to come home. Let's see, I have a timer and a AI action recorder, or AI recorder, I can't remember what it's called, to dock. So we've got that going. We've got a basic task for patrolling, a basic task for probably returning home to like some GPS because it'll probably be out further. Let's see, AI offensive and the AI flight move. So I think we are good. If I need to, I can take these armor blocks or these beam blocks out here and put more timers and automation. But other than that, we are pretty chunk full in here. So hopefully I've got everything. Let's see, I did forget a control panel. That's a deal. Let's see, where is that? Is it in with the programmable block? No, it's in with the buttons. All of our engines are on, but I don't know if inertial dampeners are on or not. So let's just create a little platform for it to fall if it needs to. Okay, let's cut it free and see what happens. Inertial dampeners are on, that's good to know. And it is floating, so we are good there. Okay, it's definitely going to be a tight fit out of here. That's why we definitely need like a elevator system to raise us up out of here. Because yeah, we are pretty much at the limit, right? We could get a half block on the back, it looks like. Might do that to armor up the battery a little bit, but that's alright. We can get an elevator through there pretty easily. Oh, I didn't charge the batteries. I was gonna say, we only have 14 minutes of flight? That'll do it. I don't have a great view here in third person, but let's go ahead and drop down and see how our recovery is. Oh yeah, that is much better. I can live with that for sure. That's gonna make a good attack drone. And we've got, well, actually a lot of directionality. We can tip most directions. I'm afraid my character is going to fall off before the ship starts drifting. Okay, well that's really good to know. There he goes. There he starts to drift. So we'll have, you know, some restrictions on how far he can tilt, but that's alright. Now we know. Alright, let's see if we can get him back in the door without breaking him. And we'll need to come up with a paint job for sure. Nope, that's not healthy. And we have no dots on our battery. That's encouraging. Hopefully the other one has a little bit more power. It says we have 26 minutes, so we should be good. There we go. Okay, we're in. Okay, well I'm not really sure what to do now because I was testing earlier and this guy brought over and hung over the block, but now it doesn't go this way or that way. And then whatever reason, this guy doesn't want to extend at all. So we might have to do some type of half block something. We'll figure that out. So let's see, so I can't do like the floor that I was thinking of, but at least get a mechanism out here, so we might just block this guy up, you know, like cover in this hole, rather than covering up the whole floor. I was just trying to get some detail in here, which we might still do. Alright, I reworked the upstairs here, so now we've got kind of 2 viewing areas. split it down the center here because I needed a roof or a ceiling onto this airlock here. And then I also wanted some type of railing, so ended up putting that in, and then that provoked this block, so now we've got a beam block that goes down the center, which, you know, just adds that much more detail, so that works. Now we got a little mini airlock in here that we can get out through the center, and that makes way more sense, because this will be taken up by a drone going up that way, and another one back here going up that way. So this cargo access isn't really the best, but we're going to go ahead and keep that. So now we need to work on a lift or something to get this guy out of here. So we need to go 6 wide, 8 wide actually. 6 wide is to this connector, so we need to go 8 wide for that guy. And then the cradle is down there. Okay, there we go. I'm tired of dropping stuff in the hole. We're going to do this. So now let's get some piping on the top of it. Like this. And then we do a T up. Straight across, 1, 2, then a T. There is my T. There's Mr. T. I think we'll still keep this here, and we'll carry over. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we need a hinge here, and a hinge here. Let's do it this way, and then I can get him to connect. That will be good. So we just need a hinge part there. There we go. Okay. That's probably going to be plenty tall, now that I see it. Go, and a hinge part, and then we'll attach that before I forget. If I could aim at the right thing, that would be wonderful. Okay, there we go. There is the mechanism. Let's get these guys renamed to something. Okay, there we go. We got 8 of them? Yes, we got 8. So that is good. So let's go ahead and give a reverse velocity here. There we go. Now this guy is perfectly parallel. It will stay in line with this. Now we can get a drone on top of it, and we should have plenty of space for that. All right, well, we'll see how this goes. This might be a little tall now that I see it. All right, I guess I should probably stand on the ground so I can not squish myself into ceiling. So let's see if we can get this from this view. Ooh. Okay, I'm not the best pilot, clearly. Down, down. There we go. That's exactly where he needs to be. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. A lot of meat there for no reason. That could have gone down here for that guy to nestle in. But then we'd need to get a connector over here somehow. Which I guess is in line over here, so I was wrong. How could we do this? Well, it definitely fits height-wise. It's a little bit... You know, you got to scrunch in there to get repairs on the top, so that's a little unfortunate. I want to come down a block, or maybe 2, because that guy could have come out here and been on the side. And then that cradle, I want to get it down here somehow, but I want to get our connection still there. How would I do that? All right, I think I'm going to call a mulligan a little bit on this. I don't need the conveyor here. I'm going to have the conveyor plumb up here for the connector to get connected on there. So I just need to have a timer delay for this guy to launch off so it waits for the elevator to get up to the top. Which means I don't need all of this conveyored stuff, which means I could maybe use some other blocks, which should be easier. So let's go ahead and raise up this elevator though. I want to see if that is working. Okay, there we go. We got all 8 of these. Let's go ahead and reverse them. Actually, I need to turn off the... dampeners or the thrusters. Here, let's just turn off the thrusters for now. I think that'll be easier. And then let's do these hinges real quick. Okay, drone bay hinges. Let's reverse those and make sure this guy is going to get out of the door. Oh yeah, perfect. That is what we wanted. Ooh, that's a little jerky. It gets up to the top there. Other than that, that is a good height. So now we can have some type of program to get it to drop into the cradle. And if I do drop it down 2, that is pretty risky. Pretty risky to drop it down 2, but maybe we could just drop down 1. Okay, let's go ahead and just park this guy on the roof. Why not? You can go right there. Alright, I really like the concept. I just don't like the execution of this one. Which is alright. That's how things go. Alright, let me tear all this stuff apart and I'm going to redo it. It'll basically have the same mechanism, but look nicer. Alright, well, I did some work off camera. My daughter is playing right next to me here, so there's only so much I can record before she interrupts. We'll see how this goes. But let's go ahead and get the drone onto this new little pad here, and I will show you how it works. Let's get this guy nestled into our cradle here, if I could fly. Are those signs really going to get in my way? Okay, there we go. Now we're nice and nestled in. Okay, we'll use the other door, because we can't fit through there now. I've got a convenient button here. There we go. Now we have a actual scissor lift. The scissors in between, and it looks great. And it's nice and stable. That's really the key. Alright, there we go. Now we have a nice docked drone in here. Now we need to get a T over here to get this guy connected up. Which I think I'm in line with. Yes. Let's put a T there. And then I'm gonna put another hinge on here because we just need more subgrids. Always be subgridding. I had to replace these blocks right here because this these interior wall things would not play nicely with this subgrid here, so they are just plain blocks. Okay, are we at the right level? We are at the right level. And we can put the right angle on there like that. Alright, there we go. Now we've got a clamp and we can kind of move it out of the way just a little bit, just to get it off the elevator area. Have that guy go up. Come back down. Get this guy to clamp on. So let's see, the upper limit just needs to be 0. I guess that one will be negative 13.
Energy low.
Alright, now we can get these batteries onto recharge. That'll be good. Alright, well I was hoping to get some more programming done and get these guys on a patrol route, but we'll save that for next episode, and we'll also have the Apex survival episode in that as well. So that'll be exciting. But we got a drone here, we've got a pad to launch it out of, and we'll come up with a better paint scheme than we have. I just put an orange stripe on it to give some a little bit of differentiation. But yeah, I'm going to call an episode here. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.